Welcome to CP 101, and this is the final on Alfred. And you have to excuse me, I woke up with a bit of a head cold, which is I don't need, especially since I have treatment this week, so this ought to be fun. But what you're seeing is a picture of Alfred as I bought him. This is how he looked, and this is what I started with, and I got him for a good price, so I really didn't care what condition he was in because of the price I got him at. And I wanted to put him back to, how I remembered Alfred, which is the cover art. And so I wanted to get him back to looking like that. So after I got him, one of the first things I wanted to do was tear him apart. And since he was put together with styrene glue, all the parts were fused together. And obviously, I'm going to assume a kid put it together because a ton of glue was used. So to keep from busting up the kit, I used a razor saw, took them all apart, and threw them in a tub of super clean. He was in there for 2 days. After 2 days, I felt enough of the paint was removed that I could go ahead and start working on the kit. So one of the first things I did was put the sign back on because the sign was broken off when I bought them. So I made a new sign, and I used a picture of a kit already put together so I can have reference points so I can get the sign close to the original sign that was included with the kit. So we got that done, and then once we got everything cleaned up and ready for paint, we painted them and then put them back together, and that was it. So I had a lot of fun restoring this guy, and it's a kit I've been wanting for a long time. So, I jumped on it right away, put everything else aside, and jumped on this one right away to get him restored. But this is what he looks like now. So here is Alfred now. I think he looks pretty spiffy. I got him looking just like the cover art, and I used a couple of my Mad magazines that I have as a guide for the colors and stuff. But we used mainly Zenacolor, if you recall. It's all Zenacolor acrylic, artist acrylics. We used a little bit of Army Painter inks and a couple colors of Ceramcoat. Mainly the white and buttercream is what we used, but the rest is all Zenacolor. And I think it came out pretty good. It's going to be kind of hard to do this with 16:9 ratio to get them all in there and to get close, but I'll do the best I can. We'll concentrate on Alfred first, and then we'll talk about the Mad figures, the Spy versus Spy. But you pretty much saw everything. Let me get this a little closer here. You pretty much saw everything on Alfred. I went over everything in the other updates, so you pretty much know. I don't have to go over it. You pretty much know what I've done. And the only thing you didn't see was the hair, and you saw the base color of the hair, but this is his hair now after a wash of dark ink and red ink, and then I took his base color, added a little white, and did some highlights to his hair. So that's the final results of his hair color, which I think is pretty close to the magazine, close enough for me. The eyes are Tamiya clear green. I painted them silver first, and then went over it with the clear green, and then I went, the pupils are of course black. Added some freckles. The cheeks I rosied up using pastel chalks, like the cover art. Now the cover art has his cheeks much darker, but I didn't want to go that dark because I didn't want him looking like a clown. So my cheeks are a little less rosy compared to how he's drawn, but that's how I wanted it. I didn't want it too dark. They're rosy enough. You can see a difference. The lips are, what are they? Burnt sienna are the lips, just straight burnt sienna. And then teeth we've done in, what was that, buttercream. And then going over with Army Painter dark ink. A little bit of lamp black with a missing tooth, and then that was it for the mouth. Pretty easy peasy. The shadowing on the flesh, we used Army Painter wash, spit it out, for the like shadows in the ears and around the cheeks, above the eyes, kind of enhance the eyes a little bit. As far as highlight color, I didn't use any highlight color. I'm just letting the room's natural light be my highlight color. I didn't feel it really needed any highlight colors, because the light in the room will give me my highlights and shadows, so I didn't go too much on shadowing and highlighting the flesh tones. I didn't want them to look, I wanted them to look natural, not so much comic book. I guess that's the word I want to use. I'm not too sure, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. But I did want to add a little bit of shadowing, but that was really about it. You saw me do the pants, you saw me do the sweater, you saw me do the shirt, so really that's about it. The sign is just a graphic I found on Google Images. I put it in a Paint Shop Pro, adjusted the size of the sign here, and then printed it out on photo paper so it had a bit of a gloss. I didn't want flat, which you get with regular printer paper. So printed it on photo paper, cut it out, and just use Canopy 560 to glue it onto the sign. So being I use 560, I can take it off if I want to, and I doubt it, and change it to something else. I didn't use the Kit Supply graphics. I wanted my own. So. And then of course the Spy versus Spy. I wanted to pick an element from Mad Magazine, and that was my favorite, Spy versus Spy. The foldouts were cool, but kind of hard to put I guess I could put a fold out there on the ground, but of course everybody loves Spy versus Spy, and so did I. So these are collectible figures I've had. Can't remember the names of them, the manufacturer who made them. But they came in a set. You got both, the white and black Spy, and they came with a little comic book. But anyway, I thought that would be cool to add those to the base, which is why the sign is what it is, and which is why I chose the fingers in the ears, because it kind of went with those two guys, and they're always trying to blow each other up. So yeah, I thought it was a nice little touch and a nice little tribute to Mad. So that's that. Alright guys, that's it for the Alfred E. Neuman, and now we're probably going to get back to the Star Fury so I can get that finished up. And then we'll go on to something else. I don't know if it'll be a new project or we'll go back to the Constitution and get a little bit more work done to that. So, be one of the two. Definitely, for sure, we'll go back to the Star Fury because I want to get that off my desk before it breaks. So, alright guys, that's it. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.